Hi guys, one of the reasons Nigel Farage has been so successful politically is due to his ability to weave a narrative that includes both fact and fiction. It requires poor or switched off critical thinking skills and allows the Reform UK leader to get away with all sorts. His latest battle in the culture war is the idea that people will not be allowed to have debates or even chats in pubs. So what the heck is he on about?
So why do we go down the pub? We go for a drink and to have a chat and a debate, and every pub's a parliament, and yet the new Employment Rights Bill to protect staff working in pubs will say we can't debate protected characteristics, we can't debate gender identity, we can't debate ethical veganism. In fact, we can't have any proper chat and debate in a pub whatsoever under this bonkers, insane new Labour legislation. Frankly, if we can't go to the pub for a pint and talk nonsense, there's almost no point in going. You might as well close them all down.
Okay, so once again, where is the fact and where is the fiction? The fact is that there is legislation being put through Parliament at the moment, the Employment Rights Bill. Okay, so that's the fact. Where's the fiction? That people will not be allowed to have debates. See, what he's doing is he's going into the legislation and seeing something about reference to different aspects of the culture war and saying, see, people will not be allowed to have debates. No, this is about, listen to the title of the bill, the Employment Rights Bill. So who do you think is protected under the Employment Rights Bill? Workers. So this is about harassment from third parties to workers. So employers must protect their workers from harassment. It sounds quite logical to me. It sounds quite reasonable that employers should try and protect their staff. See, I keep saying this. Nigel Farage and Reform UK are not on the side of the working class or not on the side of workers. They're on the side of big business. They're against legislation to protect workers. That's what Brexit was about as well. Stripping away protections for workers, stripping away protections for consumers, stripping away protections for the environment. This is what Farage is all about. So he frames it as a free speech issue. It's not a free speech issue. People will still be able to have their debates in the pub. It's just they will not be allowed to harass staff in relation to those debates. Most people would find that quite reasonable. But a big problem is that Farage is able to use his platform to push this idea that this is an attack on free speech. People will not be able to have a debate about trans issues or environmentalism or veganism or whatever in the pub. Yes, they will, as long as they respect staff. They don't bring the staff into their debates. This, once again, is something quite reasonable. I also found it funny that he compared the pub to Parliament. Your average staff worker earns less than £12 an hour. How about members of Parliament? A bit more than £12 an hour for them. So this is about convincing people that new legislation to protect workers is a bad idea. Who is it bad for? It's bad for employers who don't care about their staff. Once again, Reform UK exists, in my opinion, and there's lots of evidence to back this, to protect to protect employers over employees, to protect big business over the consumer, to protect the fossil fuel industry, for example, over the environment. They're not interested in ordinary people. It's not a people's army, unless the people we're talking about are multimillionaires and billionaires. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.